Hello everyone, this is your teacher Adam Asif Naviwala and I'm back again with a revision video series on O-level maths. Today's video is going to be based on O-level maths vectors. We are going to cover some basic concepts and then you can reinforce those concepts using a past paper question. So let's begin. Alright, now we are going to see addition and subtraction of vectors. So let's say, for example, if we have been given a vector PQ, this is the starting point P and that's your ending point Q, and hence PQ vector is given in its column vector form, that is minus 3, 3. So you move negative 3 in the x direction and positive 3 in the y direction. That's your vector PQ. And QR is 5, 0, meaning you move 5 units in the x and you stay over there. You don't move any units in the y direction, hence it is going to be represented as a horizontal line segment. So that's your QR. So you have two vectors PQ and QR. These two vectors are joined together. So if you consider this to be a walking track and your starting point was P, okay, and you move towards Q, and then from Q you're moving towards R, where R is your final ending point, then you can have one direction like this as well, PR. The direct path that leads you from P to R is your vector PR. Now PR, we are going to say that PR is the resultant vector, that's the resultant vector of PQ and QR, or we are going to say PR is basically the vector sum or the resultant vector. Okay, it's the vector sum or the resultant vector of PQ and QR. So this is your vector PQ and that's your vector QR. If you're going to add vector PQ and QR, you are eventually going to get vector PR. Okay, so it's gonna help you if you consider this to be a path. So if you want to travel from P to R, you can either take a path from P to Q and then Q to R, hence you are going to reach to point R, or you could go directly to from P to R. So going directly is basically the resultant vector. Now this is the addition of the two vectors, which is PQ and QR. So if we have PQ as a column vector, that was minus 3 and 3, and QR as a column vector, that is 5, 0, you're going to add these two vectors, add these two column vectors. And how are you going to add them? You're just going to add the x components together and the y components together. So minus 3 plus 5 is going to give you 2, 3 plus 0 is going to give you 3, so 2, 3. So PR is represented by 2, 3, meaning you have to move positive 2 in the x direction and positive 3 in the y direction, hence you are going to get the resultant vector. Now when we are adding vector in let's say in for example in terms of PQ and QR, so if these inner letters are same, you can represent the resultant vector as the outer letters. So PQ plus QR, when are added together and you see these two vectors being same, these two letters being same, then the resultant vector will have a name PR. Okay, so similarly if PQ plus QR were added together, the resultant vector is going to be PR. If AB and BC vector were added together, so going from A to B and then from B to C is same as saying going from A to C. Now as far as the third example is considered, RS plus RT, well, you can see that you won't be able to add these two vectors. If I just show you with the help of a diagram as well, if let's say this is RS, this is your R point, this is S, and then there is another point T. Okay, so RS plus RT over here cannot be added up. Okay, so not possible. Okay, now let's see how we are going to add the two vectors. So first of all, let's draw vector A and vector B, simply vector A and vector B. So vector A is given to you as 5 2. So if this is your starting point, 1 2 3 4 5 and 2, that's your ending point. You're going to draw this vector A now by joining these 2 points. That's your vector A. And now you're going to draw vector B, which is 3 2. So 1 2 3 and 2. That's your vector B. The question says you have to draw A plus B. Okay. Now without using the column vector, I'm gonna teach you how to draw these two vectors. Basically, whenever we have to add the two vectors, we use triangle law of vector addition, which says triangle law of vector addition, and you're going, which says that the ending point of the first vector should be the starting point, should be equal to the starting point of the second vector. So if I draw this vector A now, again, that was 5 2, 1 2 3 4 5 1 2. Okay, that's my vector A. And if I join the tail of the second vector with the first vector, which will give me, now the vector B was 3 2. So starting from this point, I'm going to join vector B, 1 2 3 1 2. That's my vector B. So the starting point of A and the ending point of B is, and if you join them with a straight line, that is going to be your resultant vector, which we are now going to call A plus B. That's the vector addition. So this is A, this was B, and this is A plus B. A plus B represent a new vector. So if you try to find the column vector of A plus B, so that's your starting point, that red point is the ending point. You can count this A plus B as a column vector, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, 1 2 3 4, 8 and 4. So A plus B as per your diagram comes out to be 8 and 4. Let's see if we are getting the same answer from doing manually using the column vector. So A was 5 2 and B was 3 2. So 5 plus 3 is 8, 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay, you could also have drawn A plus B directly, that after adding the two column vectors you could have just drawn this A plus B, 8 4 on your diagram. Now we are going to look at subtraction of the two vectors. Again we are going to take the two vectors, two same vectors, but A minus B, for A minus B, basically A minus B is the addition of a negative vector B in A. So if you add the negative vector of B in A, you are going to get the A minus B vector. So for example, again, so for that I need to have the negative of B. So if B is 3 2, negative of B vector is going to be minus 3 minus 2. Now what I'll do is I'll draw this vector and this vector head to tail using the triangular law of addition, and you are going to get the resultant vector of A minus B. So the idea is that you plot 5 2 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is your vector A. Once you have marked your vector A, you can mark vector B now. You have to mark negative of B, which is this vector. So from the ending point, I'm going to mark vector negative B, that is -3, -2. So this is going to be the starting point. This point is going to be the starting point. So -3, -1, -2, -3 and -2. Okay, so that's my negative of B. This was your vector A. So the resultant vector is going to come out as, let me use a different color. This is my vector A minus B. Now let's find the vector A minus B in column vector form. So you can clearly see over here that vector A minus B is 2 units in the starting point is this, ending point is this, 2 units in the x direction but 0 units in the y direction. So I can clearly say that the column vector is going to be 2, 0. And if I use the working over here using the column vector A minus B, A was 5, 2, B was 3, 2. So the end result is going to be 2, 0. Hope that's clear to you. Okay, now we are going to see vectors in a parallelogram, and it is one of the most important concepts that you should know. In a parallelogram, we know that a parallelogram is a figure in which opposite sides are parallel and equal as well. Okay, so we can also say that in terms of vectors, these vectors AB and DC are going to be equal vectors because they are vector in a parallelogram, and vectors AD and BC are going to be called equal vectors. So because you need to move the same amount of your x units from point A to get to point D. Now for example AD was 2, 5, so you need to move 2 units in the x direction and 5 units in the y direction. Similarly from B to C, it is going to be 2 units in the x and 5 units in the y. So vectors in a parallelogram are opposite sides. We know the opposite sides are equal, so vector AB and vector DC are also going to be equal. Vector AD and vector BC are also going to be equal. Let's see this question in which vector OA is given to you. So starting point is O, ending point is A. OA is given to you as A, OB is given to you as B, and it has been mentioned in the question that OACB is a parallelogram. So remember, if OACB is a parallelogram, these opposite lines will have equal vectors. So OB is going to be equal to AC, but not the other way around. It's not going to be equal to CA. Let's solve this question. In the first part, you have been asked to express the following vectors in terms of A and B. So vector BC, this is my vector BC. Since BC is one of the side of a parallelogram, it is going to be equal to vector OA. So BC is going to be A. CA, now C to A. If you want to go from C to A, it's same as saying going from B to O. But OB was B, then BO is going to be opposite of OB. That's why the answer is going to be negative B. You can find the next vector OC by first traveling from O to B and then from B to C. So I can write OC as OB plus BC. Okay, OB is B and BC was A. So OC vector is going to be in terms of B and A, B plus A. For AB vector, okay, now your starting point is A and your ending point is B. You're first of all going to travel A to O and then O to B. So AB is going to be AO plus OB. So AO is the opposite of OA minus OA plus OB. OA was negative A. सही है. OA is going to be is given to you as A, but you want negative of OA, hence minus A plus OB. So AB is going to come out as B minus A. And for BA is just the negative vector of AB. So if I know AB, I can multiply that with a negative sign. I'm going to get negative B plus A, hence A minus B.